I'm Yuri.
I'm Jacob.
And we're going for a drive. ...2019 Subaru Crosstrek.
Sport with eyesight.
So this is a crossover, right?
Well, yeah, it's called a Crosstrek.
But it's also kind of a hatchback and also kind of a wagon.
Yeah, because it's a lifted Impreza, basically.
So that's cool then.
Kind of.
And it's a Subaru, which everyone likes, and you can get it in manual.
Yeah, you can. Unfortunately, we do not have the manual, we have the CVT.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird, like I don't really know what's going on ever.
Yeah, just like most CVTs, but I will give it that. It is one of the better CVTs out of the most CVTs.
All right, horsepower and torque.
152 horsepower and 145 pound-feet of torque.
And if I put my foot down, not much happens, but there's a little bit more power down low than there is up high.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually power down low. I think it's the way they made the throttle feel. So the first like 50% of travel from the pedal feels like 100%. So it does have fake gears, up to 6 of them.
And you have paddles for using the gears.
Yeah, I don't know why, but they are there.
It's kind of all right. Like if you do go into first gear, you get a little bit more torque, so you can kind of get a little sideways if you're trying to do donuts in the snow.
Yeah, and you can go first gear pretty high because it's all fake gears anyways.
So let's get into the looks of this. A lot of people have been requesting it, like a lot.
Yeah, people seem to like this crossover quite a bit.
I think it looks pretty cool. I like the older one with the square style wheels.
Yeah, I think it looks all right, but that's about it.
But it does come in some cool colors. Like everyone has an orange one of these.
This is true.
Like how many people buy orange cars of anything else?
Yeah, not many.
And it's not burnt orange.
It's not
really
burnt.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I think this got that like blue Ryu color from the WRX we did.
Yeah, something similar to that.
And this one's in white, which is like, whatever.
Yeah, white like the snow. Hard to see.
By the way, we tried to wash this car. It got dirty. It's winter, whatever.
Yeah, sorry about that. Not sorry.
Also on that note, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you get a notification at 8 a.m. at Tuesdays and Fridays, right when our videos go live.
Do it.
Other looks things. I think it looks pretty much very STI-ish.
I don't think it looks STI-ish at all.
Like the front end's very similar, just like a few changes.
It looks Subaru-ish because they have the boomerang headlights and stuff. Like there's elements of Subaru in this because it is a Subaru. I wouldn't say it looks like an STI.
Which is the main Subaru looking car.
Yeah, kind of, but it's like, I see what you're trying to say. I just wouldn't say this looks STI-ish.
So we have plastic cladding on the side.
That means it's a crossover.
We don't have a diffuser, but we have a flat white bumper that looks like it's kind of diffuser-ish.
Yeah, kind of. It's a little weird, but I don't mind it. And then we actually don't have any exhaust tips, and we don't have any fake exhaust tips because it's underneath the bumper, and I don't mind that at all.
And if you look under the bumper, you got a lot of clearance, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then we've got a roof rack.
Yes, we do.
Or bars for a roof rack, whatever. Yeah. I think it looks cool. It really matches the whole crossover, Crosstrek, lifted wagon thing SUV look.
Subaru snowboarding, biking, outdoorsy stuff.
So I guess is this an SUV?
This is a crossover.
I know, but like
crossovers are SUVs.
It's such a
sort
car.
of. I know. It's. I don't know. I hate the term crossover.
What if we do a box test to find out?
Let's do it. Go to patreon.com/TheStraightPipes or join our YouTube membership. Get your name on a box. 10. So is this an SUV or a crossover, judging by that box test?
I don't know, similar to the Civic, whatever.
All right, let's find out what the visors say.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, no. Wow. That is a fail and a half.
Yeah,
look how small they are.
And will it fit a small cup of coffee? I think this is a pass.
I think it's a horizontal fail because the cup can move sideways a lot.
Now quickly into the infotainment before you drive. We do have that nice new Subaru infotainment. It's got Apple CarPlay, it's got Android Auto, it's very easy to use, it's got rewinding satellite radio stations, and now it has Tune Mix. So you can put a bunch of stations you like in one tune mix and go through all those stations randomly.
I do like this infotainment a lot. This update basically saves this car and Subaru as a brand.
Then we also have this infotainment thing at the top above the infotainment.
Yeah, that one's a little weird. I don't think Subaru has this whole thing figured out yet because of the way you control it. So you actually have to control that upper screen with your info button on the left side of your steering wheel. Then there's also arrow buttons below that also control it, but those also control the gauge screen.
Yeah, it's a little confusing. You get used to it after a while. Didn't one of the older Subarus we drive have buttons right here to control that?
Yes, the STI. The STI had a little toggle switch over here, and the WRX had that too.
I think that would be a good thing.
I agree. That's a solution for this weird info switch on the steering wheel.
So we've got our satellite radios up there, our time, temperature, just some like safety features.
Yeah, it's all right.
Then if you look at our gauges, we've got a digital screen in the middle in between an analog tach and speedo.
Yeah, the analog gauges do look good.
Very, very simple and clean.
Yeah, the digital ones are all right. The resolution's a little bit lower.
I feel like it's higher than older Subarus.
Yes.
But we can get our speedo in the middle, and that's all anybody really ever needs.
Yeah, well, there's a little bit of safety stuff and a little bit of gas mileage stuff in there too.
I'm surprised you didn't mention all this piano black around the infotainment.
Oh, are we talking about the rest of the interior now?
We can do that.
Okay, should I drive though?
Okay, let's go.
All right. All right, so we have gloss black around the entire infotainment, which is a little bit annoying, including on the dials for the volume and the tuning.
But the volume and tuning knobs are very good and very responsive.
The sides of them, I do agree, but the front of them, gloss black. And then our shifter is full out gloss black, and then the surround around that is also gloss black. Like, come on guys, just make this like matte.
We do have matte heated seats, which is nice because they're hard buttons, so they'll always stay when you get back in the car.
Exactly. And we don't have a heated steering wheel, unlike some of the competition, like the Hyundai Kona.
Bummer.
I know. And then we have my most favorite hilarious pattern, 2 carbon fiber fake patterns.
Yeah, that's probably the worst design thing I've ever seen, and it's so friggin' funny.
It's so funny. I feel like they tendered this out to 2 different suppliers, said we need a carbon fiber pattern, and then they just got 2 different patterns, and then they just stuck with it.
Yeah, that's how you know it's so fake. Like, I don't know, this type, that type, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it does look kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie, but it's just so fake.
It looks so weird.
And then we have some orange stitching up on the dash. It does look pretty nice. And then we have hard buttons for the climate, which is great in today's age. Oh, and you know what else this has?
What?
A manual handbrake.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
It probably makes it easier for the stick shift variant.
Yeah, exactly. So this is actually offered in a manual. Steering wheel is also quite nice. It doesn't feel like nice leather though. It just kind of feels good in your hands.
Didn't the Legacy have piano black buttons here?
I believe so.
Eh,
They got rid of it. It's fine.
not bad.
Yeah, then we have orange stitching on the steering wheel. Overall, it looks pretty nice.
You think that's orange or do you think it's copper? Because that looks kind of copper.
I think it's orange.
Interchangeable.
And the paddles feel kind of cheap. I honestly wouldn't use the paddles at all in this car.
But that's the only way to get into a lower gear.
Yeah, I'd just floor it. And then the seats are cloth, which is kind of disappointing at this price. I wish they were leather.
I kind of like the seats. The pattern's cool. It's got leather on the sides. They are pretty comfortable.
They are comfortable, but I just wish they were full leather at this price. And back seat room is actually pretty good, like surprisingly good for this class.
And then we also have 2 grocery bag kind of hook hangers in the back.
Yeah, I think that's for the netting, and then it just kind of works as grocery bag hangers.
It'll work, yeah. So let's talk about the eyesight system.
Yes, we have adaptive cruise and lane keep assist, but the lane keep assist kind of brings you back in once you've touched the lane.
Yeah, we've got these 2 big camera things here. I feel like they try to make a big deal about it being eyesight, but like everyone has it and does it better, or
Yeah.
if as good, so like whatever.
Yeah, they do make it like a huge prominent feature. I mean, the model is called with eyesight.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
Tone it down a notch.
Yeah. All right, how's this thing to drive? I'm gonna floor it and wait for that CVT to actually do something. This car makes so much noise, and the noise doesn't match up with the amount of speed that you're getting out of it.
But it does feel like more than 150 horsepower.
I wouldn't say that.
Then don't.
I didn't.
I think this thing would be a riot with a stick shift.
I think it would help a lot. But talking about this CVT, so basically you floor it and then you get maximum power right away, and then after that it just kind of like bogs down, like you don't really get much after that. Now I'm gonna send it in the cliche corner. Let's see how this thing handles. And it definitely understeers a lot at first, but then it just kind of reels itself back in. So you can tell the all-wheel drive system is doing something, but it's just not that confidence inspiring when you're fully sending it. This is actually really comfortable to drive though. The suspension is like pretty supple. It's not overly sporty, so there's actually a lot of body roll, which is kind of like a negative thing if you're gonna be taking it in the corners, but most people probably won't, so it's actually a positive thing.
Yeah, I'm comfortable.
Basically, when the whole car kind of falls apart is when you try and make it feel sporty. So when you're trying to downshift, when you're trying to send it into a corner, but every day of living, this is great. And the steering is actually like really responsive, like almost overly responsive.
It's definitely fun.
Yeah, like as soon as you turn the wheel, the car is turning and then you feel the body roll, but it's fine. And we don't have any drive modes other than X mode. So what X mode does is you're basically only supposed to use that in like super slippery conditions, and then it redirects power to the correct wheel.
Only like under 40 kilometers an hour and stuff, so when you're stuck.
Yeah, so when you turn it on and you reach a certain speed, it's pretty low, it'll just turn itself off. And then we do have a manual mode for the shifter, but honestly, like I said earlier, just leave it in drive.
Kind of surprised you can't shift with the shifter.
I know.
How's the sound system?
It's just all right.
I think that's fine for an all right kind of car.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, and one weird button that both of us noticed was SRH off. Do you know what that does?
Steering,
steering response headlights. So
Yeah.
you can actually turn them off, because this car does have headlights that turn with the wheel, which is nice, but I don't know why you'd ever turn them off. We've gotten pretty far into this review. Have we mentioned that this is all-wheel drive?
No, here's a shot of the logo that says all-wheel drive.
Okay, good. We got that out of the way.
Every Subaru is all-wheel drive except for the BRZ.
Oh, and just like every other Subaru as well, this does have a 2-liter 4-cylinder boxer engine.
Boxer engine. That
Lower-
means the pistons go this way.
Yes, and you get a lower center of gravity.
All right, so let's get to the price.
$30,695.
Canadian.
I think that's an all right price. I don't think that's the best price.
I mean, I think that's pretty good for a Subaru. You can get a stick shift in it. And can you get a stick shift in much of the competition?
Not really.
So like they kind of have the market cornered there.
Yeah, for that, I guess.
And it's like really good, proven all-wheel drive systems.
That's true.
Like people friggin' love this all-wheel drive system.
Yeah, this is a good car.
In winter, like it handles great.
Yeah. I still think I would take the Hyundai Kona over this. I really like that Kona. I think it looks better, and I think it just handled a little bit better. But we also drove it in the summer, so maybe they'll be kind of even there.
This has more winding satellite radio stations. You can get a stick shift with it. You can get an orange. I think I'm sold on this.
Okay, fair enough. Let us know what you guys would take.
So don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get a notification on your phone at 8 a.m. when we post on Tuesdays and Fridays.
Check out patreon.com/TheStraightPipes for cool perks like early access to videos.
Yeah, people have been commenting, why did somebody leave a comment 3 days ago if the video just went live? Because it's on Patreon early. We saved every video.
And also YouTube membership, because it's now on there early as well, so hit the little join button.
And we got some t-shirts.
Merch store, Teespring.
I'm Yuri.
I'm Jacob.
And we're going for a drive. This is a subscription break. Don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe right now. Subscribe. We didn't do that.